Stephen Jampo, Sherman Asantwa mixing Yaboa, Laurentia in Nungwa, Clarissa Bigmos Wallis from Sakumono. Gershon Audi, I see you. Akle Okanse, good evening. Tony Awuvi. Sarah Mountful inside Winneba. Where's my WO? Good evening to you, Ajiman Joseph. Where are the Canadians? Kwabna in USA. I'm listening with rapt attention. This is Yao in Achimota. Ohenebaya in Community 9. Let me take this opportunity to invite you all to Akwamu Fie this Saturday. Grand Deba of the 60th anniversary of Nana Ansah Kwao II. She was on the stool at the age of 18. And she's been on the stool for 60 years. Paramount Queen Mother of Akwamu, 60 years. Not an easy feat to chalk. So this Saturday I invite you all to the great Akwamu Fie. Repository of all Akan cultures and traditions. This Saturday. Happy birthday to you, Eric Aponati. Eric Aponati. Methodist University group is buzzing with all your birthday wishes. And hey, the Canadians have registered. Hey, playtime is over. Esther Udate Wellington, all the way in Switzerland. Thanks for tuning in. Samina Cropon Ofiepe. Folks, we start the way we start. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwamu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. Folks, we are entirely grateful for mobility, for sound, for speech, for breath, for reason, and for sight. We are grateful. Once again, we are gathered here to perform one of radio's finest ritual. Folks, this is probably one of the longest running radio talk shows in Ghana. Welcome to That's My Opinion, only on Joy 99.7 FM. And our topic today: do we blame the polluters or the drinkers? Folks, do we blame the polluters of the rivers, water bodies, or do we blame those who are drinking the polluted waters? At this point, I say, let us all gather and make truth good. Folks, we have gone beyond greed. I listen to commentary, they say, oh, they're greedy. I said, no. We have gone beyond greed, folks. Now we are approaching demonic. Folks, we've gone beyond greed. Greed is you have one and you just want one more. You have one and you want two more. No, but when you decide to poison water that will stream down for all the communities along the river to drink, that's demonic. That's not greed. And that's where we are. The wickedness, selfishness, and the devilish attitude has pushed us to this demonic status. And that's where we are, folks. So today I'm asking, simple question: do we blame those polluting our waters, or do we blame those who are drinking without complaining? Now, I may be a bit harsh today because I am pained. And sometimes maybe because I'm a bit sentimental when it comes to these environmental issues. Bear with me. We have been quiet for too long, folks. We have been quiet. I mean, like that collective movement, quiet is too much. But particularly those who are directly affected from this Galamsey menace. Very strange. Interview market woman. The water is all messed up. So when the Galamsey people come, they come with a truckload of sachet water for free for everybody. But but she's happy because she gets sachet water and they buy food stuff. The business so forget about the water. They can do whatever they want to do in it. Every morning they bring a delivery of sachet water, and the market is booming. What if they finish mining and they go? Then what? Then what? We have been quiet for so too long. And particularly those of you who are affected by the menace. The reasons behind your support for this is mind-boggling. From traditional authorities to political heads, everybody is crippled, disabled, borderline madness. Oh, yende galamse ni yen tumi njayo. Assuming the nananum before you. Assuming the nananum before you left you mercury-filled waters. You probably would have said, no, I won't ascend this throne. You probably would have said, no, I will not ascend this throne. We have made history in a negative way. Folks, we have made history in the negative way. Once upon a time, I did a show called History in the Future. And I'm saying 100 years today, 150 years today, the teacher will be in the classroom, will be teaching our great-grandchildren, and he'll be telling us how stupid we were. That your grandparents, to get a bit of gold, they used to poison all the waters so that few people would get gold. And the class would laugh. Thinking, really? Are you sure? Say, yes, that's what they did. And they'll be talking about us. And they'll be putting pictures of the leaders on the board, that these are the leaders who presided over this demonic culture. We know, and they preside over this demonic culture. And then they will ask, what, were there no armies? Were there no policemen? Were there no security? Where were the chiefs? How come it happened? And probably even the history teacher will be shocked. Me marveled and say, only God knows. Only God knows where they were. So that their fresh water, the only thing aside air that they needed, guaranteed to survive, they killed it. And our great-grandchildren will look at us and say, truly, this was the Bejimibre. There will be school debates as to which was the Bejimibre, when the waters were clean or when the waters were polluted. We who have polluted the water call those who kept the water clean Bejimibre, the foolish era. We are the wise era. And this is our results. It's amazing. Folks, some people have even started arguing that where are the river gods? How come they are allowing all this to happen? How come they haven't strike? Folks, the gods are definitely dealing with us. It's in the air, it's in everywhere. They are dealing with us. Never in our history have we dug out so much gold. Yet at no time in history have we been so broke, in debt, highly indebted. The nation is filled with negative energy, pain. Folks, at no time have we looked down upon our leaders with such disdain and disrespect. That's how we see them. And unfortunately, we lump them all in one basket. So the few good ones can't even shine. We lump them all in one basket. Disdain and disrespect. Now surely that cannot be good. Surely that cannot be good. Folks, if we continue to sit aloof, these devils will form some sort of a vigilante group. They would amass enough wealth. They would taste the sweetness of the wealth. And they will start protecting it by creating groups, like vigilante groups. And that will be the end. Folks, that would be the end. Folks, if they group up and strong enough to now determine who becomes president, we are doomed. If they group up strong enough to say yes, we have the money, we have the votes, we have the numbers, and we have the money, so you are coming. We might as well just put closed at the Kotoka airport, near Loki, because we're finished. Folks, I am also of the view that the president must declare a state of emergency. Must, should. And deploy the full force of the Ghana Army, Air Force, Navy, whatever it is. Send them out into the bushes. Now, I don't know how much more distraction will get his attention. Folks, I don't know how much more distraction will get to his attention. And we are talking about water. Folks, we are talking about water. We're not talking about quarry stones, people building on quarry stones. No, we're talking about water. The impunity has hit a crescendo. Video came out, they were just literally mining underneath the highway. The impunity has hit a crescendo. Folks, the pain in the hearts of Ghanaians now is too much. Pain. A lot of pain in the hearts of Ghanaians. We feel so let down. We've been disappointed. They are tricking. tricked, disappointed. And you ask, what did we really do to deserve this? Bonnie Ben to deserve this. That there's this culture of fear, there's this protection. Just say, I'm going to destroy your water and I will not let you save it because I'm going to protect the people. What sin did we commit? So that we go and atone ourselves. So we go and atone ourselves. What sin did we commit? Folks, currently those who agitate more are those who are indirectly affected. Probably those who can actually afford, bottled water. They are the ones who are agitating, shouting, calling for. But those who live with the waters, folks, I don't know, but they are a bit quieter. Me, folks, as I said last week, how the political heads in fraternity who oversaw this demonic phenomenon can go to these areas, same areas, and campaign is beyond me. Hey! Shameless? No shame. Go to the same area that you've poisoned their water. Come and campaign. Campaign. But folks, those of you who also come out in your numbers, chanting that you've now met your Savior. Now, I don't know how to describe that. Or no saying you no anyene ni wuno ba you. One now things you know so you get up and then you go and cheer. So yes, it's a problem. Problem here. That's the communication. Oh yeah, it might be a problem, but a problem here. And then my colleague chiefs would also adorn themselves with all the Akenten their gold and come and sit down. Hey, maybe we have to stop talking on radio. Start ordering our coffins and get our dialysis machines because that's where we are ending. That's why I'm asking folks, who do we blame? The drinker or the polluter? The polluter has come, the drinker is cheering. So who do we blame? Folks, we've gotten to the point where we must all out of our comfort zone. We must all out of our comfort zone put our heads together and make a hard protest. Hard protest to say, no way. Look, countries that don't have minerals under the soil, are they dead? They probably even do better than those who have. What do they do? What do they do? Why, is it compulsory that everybody should jump into mining? Is that the only thing that's a job in the world? Folks, there are about 80 days or 85 days to the next election. And I am saying, if I had my will and authority, if they don't declare a state of emergency and clean up this rivers and our forest bodies, no leader after this time will get state recognition. Yeah, Independence Day, member invitation card. Member invitation card. And for the traditional areas, any chief who was given, allowed your rivers to go, that's what they said. Which means you and your descendants will not ascend the throne again. Kwasiashi, you are the last chief. None of your nephews, nothing. To go to a different gate and your gate will be closed forever. If we don't treat them like that, they think it's business as usual. Independence Day, all political heads that supersedes this, you're not going to be invited to any state function. We are Kofi, and And if you achieve and you do the same thing to yes, your descendants will never ascend the throne again. Then they will realize how important this is to us. Folks, by just getting clean water, I was listening to one, elderly chap. He said, your country will develop. By just keeping pristine water, the chances of you developing faster is so high. And I believe it. The tourism, the bio life, that would just boom. It's amazing. So this demonic behavior should stop. And it should start with us. We should say no, no, no. Those of you who are sitting by the water waiting for your next campaign train, you should even shout the loudest. Shout the loudest. Show that you are angry, you are disappointed, and you should be. Because we are talking about water, forest bodies being destroyed because somebody's changed an ally somewhere. Well, it's 0302 216 541. Hello, and who's my first caller?
Yeah, the first caller is Benjamin from Adent.
Benjamin, let me hear you.
Well, Nana, very good, great submission from you. But then the thing is, the people have been talking. The people have been on top of their voices. Joy News did a lot of documentaries on this. Even one of your reporters won Journalist of the Year because of that report. I mean, so the people have been complaining. Every now and then people complain from the communities. But what can they do? The Galamseyers already have gangs. They already grouped. So as you said that they will group, no. They already have vigilante groups. Even one of your reporters in the documentary, they were going to kill him. He had to run away. All these reports are there. So for me, it's a leadership problem from the president himself. And I've been saying, if Togo wakes up to invade Ghana like Russia invaded Ukraine, I don't think the war will last 1 month. Togo would overtake Ghana. Our own military was tasked to go and protect the water bodies, common water bodies. They couldn't do it. The reports, even for your reporters, were that the soldiers, commanders themselves were involved. When they go to the field, they became those who protecting the Galamseyers. Not only protecting them, they also were heavily involved in the Galamsey activities. Already, they are determining the president. Chairman Wontumi, the reports are there. I'm not the one mentioning his name. Akonta Mining has been mentioned and fingered that they are mining in the forest. What did the president do? He came out, instead of defending and protecting the people in that area by moving them off, he came out to say that as I speak, Akonta Mining is not mining the forest. But it's not true. Your reporters went back there, and Akonta Mining is there. Now, Chairman Wontimi's wife is driving wagon or whatever car they call it to a salon. And it's all news in Kumasi. So people already are benefiting whilst we are struggling. So yes, the nation is highly indebted, as you are saying, but the Galamseyers are enjoying. And there are already people who are amassing so much wealth. They sell this gold. Nobody knows how it is sold. In a report came out that the volumes of gold taken to Dubai alone from Ghana is more than what is being documented. So what is happening to the Minerals Commission and all those people? This is a political problem, and it ought to be solved by the president. And as I'm telling you, already our politicians, one of the MPs, Mireku Duka, was alleged by his own brother, who came out, a chief, who came out to complain heavily. He's a royal himself, that he is using Chanfan's heavy machinery to destroy their own forests in that area. He's MP in parliament. Parliamentarians are not talking. No one is talking. So please, we cannot be blaming the people. Me, what can I do? I live in a village, and they are mining. They have guns. They have Chanfans. The Chanfans all drives on our road. Last time I was going to Cape Coast, and the Chanfans on our road, they take the whole road. So the cars have to give way. So are the police not seeing it? Where is the BNI? The investigators, where are they? So they are not seeing all these things going on. Please, it's a problem sitting right with the president.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And Shem is on the line. Hello, Shem.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Jalo Kode.
Nyamiado.
Solution. I was just on this JFM Instagram page, and I saw a caption of the president saying Ghanaians will decide between a clearing agent and the government official one. Now, when I saw this phrase, it hit me so hard because the political class simply doesn't believe the average Ghanaian can vote outside NPP and NDC. That is my first solution, by kicking both of them to the curb. The second solution is, okay, maybe the second solution is supposed to be the first. Let's all stay at home. COVID-19 locked us and we didn't die. That can be a form of protest such that the government knows that we are not willing to even work anymore. We are not, because now, when you do a protest, people don't want to join the protest because NDC is regime, and that person doesn't want to be tagged as an NDC member. The protest, now and protest. It's like we don't really see that kind of civic responsibility, and we don't really want to take it that serious. So for me, let's just sit at home, just like the way COVID-19 came. They locked us out. We were indoors. We didn't die. But for this, nobody's locking us out. We are not stepping our foot outside because water represents life. I've said this 1,000 times. It's good to be ahead. Dr. Nana Ansah Kwao saying the same thing. The military can stop this. Me, as a retired LAC, they should even give me the mantle. I and my guys can stop this thing, just like he said, within 1 week. We will shoot to kill. If you destroy water, you are destroying life. We will shoot to kill and gradually climb up to the top of the so-called bosses. You will not have your day in court. You shouldn't have your day in court. This is the time where we should bring back the firing squad. We should be radical with it. That is a radical decision you must take. Why? What kind of greed is this? The thing that's supposed to benefit the whole country, a few people want to benefit. Then they won't come to all the gold mine. You see, we need that awakening. Every gold mining company, whether legal or illegal, whether big or small, gold mining to look at in house. What do we get? Let us reset the system. Let us reset the economy. That is the only way. But we've talked about this guarantee issue before. It's coming back again. We'll see the political people putting it in there. We'll do this. They won't do it, especially NPP and NDC. So to the average Ghanaian, let's stop NPP and NDC. Let us look outside of them. We won't die.
Thank you very much, my brother Shem. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nicholas from Nuningo.
Let me hear you, my brother, Nicholas.
Yeah. I won't blame the people because those in those rural areas, how are they going to get the water to drink? That's why you said they bring them sachet water. To them, that is the only thing. I blame those who finance the small boys to do the galamsey. And at the end of the day, you shouldn't forget that the natural law is there, the law of karma. You make all the money. You use that money to cure or spend it in a way that at the end of the day, nothing will come out. After people in this country have amassed wealth, in the end, they had kidney problems. Some of them are gone. Some are still alive. No matter what we do, we will leave this. However, they are putting down cases for their children. Anybody who will drink that water and die, it will go back to those who are financing. I'm just surprised that our president has not been bold enough. I'm just surprised that the Minister of Lands has just not been bold enough. And all this tells us that they are involved. It's pathetic. I've seen some before. At KD, I saw the water. It was like Milo. Yes, how? And people are going to drink this? This morning on SMS, the cyanide, or they mentioned something.
Mercury?
Mercury. And tons of mercury are going into the water, which is going to affect a lot of things. Plants that are growing, animals that are there. And when we go back for those bush meat or plants we are bringing the same thing into our system.
Thank you very much. 0302216541. Abu Mohammed.
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
The best form of protest is to not to vote. This is the time to prove to these politicians that you own the power. You see, they now go around and begging. They are actually begging. They are on their knees. So nobody will go to protest. And there is no way Nana will call state of emergency. It will never happen. And the military, even if they call state of emergency, they've been given the opportunity to fight this. And they were not able to do so. Police officers, they take their gun from them. They kneel down and beg. So this is the time. Everybody who wants power, they only want power to break the law. And if you cause people not to be able to drink water that they've been drinking for years, you are nothing but a murderer. And these are murderers who now go around begging us to give them the opportunity to come and kill us the more. We've given them the opportunity for how long? So me, I keep saying the only weapon I have to express my disappointment is not to vote, and encourage people also not to vote.
Thank you very much. I got Delphinos on the phone. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Delphinos,
Delphinos.
Let me hear your thoughts on this.
Yes, I think when I think about the whole thing, I'm getting. It's like I don't know exactly what we should do, because some 2 or 3 years back, when the military was sent to guard the waters and so on, and some machines were burnt, people were complaining that the military were, I don't know, they were too excessive in exercising their powers. So that now that we are saying a state of emergency, what exactly does that state of emergency mean? How are we going to, can we know exactly how the state of emergency is going to, cure this menace? Because there's still state of emergency. Let's know exactly what the protocols are going to be. Then we'll be in a position.
Well, the protocol will be get the water clean. Hello, and Julius.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. May God bless you.
God bless you too.
And I think I side with what the earlier callers have contributed. I think that for the government to sit aloof and allow this to go on, or they have the willpower, it means they are murderers. We don't need to play with this. Water is basic life. From day nursery, from crèche, that's what we're taught growing up. So what is wrong? And I am amazed. Sometimes I ask myself, is it that, indeed, as you rightly put it, the gods are already punishing us? But I think the gods' punishment should be harsher. It should be felt now. People say karma. By then, they've destroyed generation. As we speak now, those living those areas, those of us who buy food from those areas, we don't know what we are taking. And it is serious. This is no joke. And these politicians go around to these communities and look in the faces of the people. When you know you are killing them, all you need to do is to act. You know they are drinking poisonous water, contaminated water. And it's just marveling. And our commander-in-chief, all of them, because they are appointed by the president, they are just sitting there. Nobody will act. And it's unfortunate. And sometimes I feel the pain in your voice. And I don't know, as if we all looking up in the Christian community, the leaders, this is where we see them. They should be organizing press conference. If every daily they be hitting at these political leaders, that will what they will get glory from God. You don't need to sit there and be at your churches. You don't need that mammoth cloud that you're preaching to. All you're doing is that you are not speaking the truth to power. So, Nana, thank you so much. I'll blame. We need to act.
Thank you very much. I got Kweku Ando on the phone. Hello, Kweku.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, Nana. How are you?
I'm good. Let me hear your thoughts on this.
Yes, Nana, if you listen to the vocabulary on the show today, shooting, murderers, you can see that people's passions are getting inflamed. And I fear to say that if we are not careful, this canker is going to send this country to a position of a civil war. Why? Because it looks like there will be a constituency who want to blindly destroy the future without consideration for others. And then there are others too who wish not for their children to be drinking mercury water and to damage their future. And it is going to come to a point because we realize that the authorities don't have it in their hands. The president, the army, the judiciary, people who should punish and let the law of the land stand are not doing it. So it will boil down to mothers and fathers and communities trying to confront these people who say with their guns and their weapons they're going to destroy the future of their children. And I tell you, there's no parent who is not wishing to put down their life to protect the future of their children. So we should be very careful in this country. And it's time that leadership see how wayward we've gone, that we're even discussing how to save our potable water from mercury poisoning. The leadership of this land should be disgusted with what they've done to this country. And I tell you, there are so many sane-minded people who have closed their eyes blindly, and we shall never forget where they stood in this time. And let's pray that it doesn't get worse than where we are. But Nana,
Yeah.
let's be very careful in this country. Thank you very much for this platform. But this is a disgrace to the president. He has tattooed a very ugly legacy for his name. That's one I'll say.
Oh, thank you very much. And I got Tafik on the line.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, Tafik.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let me hear you.
Please, Nana, it's really sad, eh? These politicians, they've always taken us for granted. And I think this time around, please, and I'm pleading with you, the media. The last time around, you started it, and then they came in and they wanted to do something. And because you guys went to sleep, they also overslept. So now we are in a situation whereby, just like you said, declaring a state of emergency, I'm not sure the president will do, because he is not ready to protect this country. And I don't know why we are taking these issues so lightly. Because even as far back as 1809, there has been always an issue that water cannot be polluted, even if there's a war in that place. So what's happening? And this country, we are not at war with anybody, and this is happening. I think the military shouldn't wait for anybody to tell them to come in, because water is life. And if they are willing to protect us, if we are attacked externally, we are being attacked internally, and what are they doing? Well, if it would take only the president to make this happen, I'm sorry, then we'll have to wait after elections.
Well, I think there are lawyers listening. Somebody should give us education. I mean, can the CDS order the troops to listen, go and clean the waters because this is unbecoming without instruction from the president or the minister? I don't know. Say a bit to me about, can the CDS, send his troops out? Say, look, go and stop this nonsense because it's too much. I don't know. Maybe whether his powers do what they are. Walanyo.
Hello.
Let me hear you on this thing.
Okay. In fact, when we talk about this Galamsey thing, I always remember Mahama. If they knew this thing would have gone on like this, why did they take the soldiers there for the young man to be killed like that? And so every day you talk about this thing, I always remember the young man, Maxwell Mahama, that they took for them to see to this Galamsey thing, and it's not working. And somebody's son, somebody's husband, somebody's father was killed just like that. You see? I don't know where we are going. This thing that is going on, they have to put their foot down and then put a stop to it. It is affecting everybody. For few people to get their money, all of us are going through all this stress every day. When we open the radio and we hear all these things, we are not happy about it. You see?
I share your sentiment, and I think you're referring to Major Mahama. Yeah, Major Mahama. If they knew that they were going to just let the Galamsey slide, Nana Kwesi is on the line.
Nana.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's your Nana. So, Nana, in which serious, let's take hero, in which serious jurisdiction will members of parliament be debating, oh, we've destroyed the water bodies, but you've done worse than we've done, and they will still be walking free. And that's in which serious jurisdiction will this happen? Members of parliament admitting, confessing that yes, we are indeed destroying the water bodies, and they will still be walking free. Then I tend to ask myself, so our security agencies, and now somebody has to go and lodge a formal complaint for them to investigate these people. Nana, somebody must lodge a formal complaint before. Happening in this country. Nana, as for the president here, I've always said, he's living in a different Ghana. Oh no, the fantasy that he lives, is different from what we experience. What means is the proper definition of the dead goods. On two cases, yes, you'll be an you get. So the president matters why they don't talk. Or the man knows he's going. There's nothing he will do again. And when he gets platform, he makes it look as if we are exaggerating what is happening. We are just victimizing him and his people. We are going through it. And to the people, I like how you started your presentation, Nana. To the people these people are messing you up. And yes, when they come into your community, you cheer them on. I keep saying, you are part of the problem. Until you realize that at the end of the day, when they come, who put a gun to your head or a knife to your neck to come and cheer them up? Now, come over here, and I'm moving. I'm also moving it out, and I'm also chumano, and I'm a bomb gun away. Then they'll start to reason. But of course, you follow them like zombies, as if nothing has happened, as if all is well. And after that, who do you blame? You said they are messing you up. But who put them there? It's not you. When they came to your communities, what did you do? You were following them and cheering them up as if nothing has happened. Because to be staying in this country now, to want the right thing to work, you become a villain. And some of us, we can't become villains to some of these things. Yes, we all shop. We all see a baby, then we all die.
Akra, Medasi, very much. That's it. This one says, well, see, I told your lawyer, Martin Pegbu, thank you very much. Nana, CDS can't come in without president's authorization. So we will call on the president to ask the army to come back. But they should not kill and beat the suspects. So the CDS can act as he might be just as frustrated as we are, but to me, well, so in 1964, Nana Ansah Kwao II thought it right that his 18-year-old niece should ascend the throne as the Akwamuhene. 18. I wonder what the discussions would have gone on between the king's men and the king's elders. Akwamu is such a great, big stool, big empire. An 18-year-old, Asokonoma, what can she do? And guess what? When things fell apart, for 30 years, she stood her ground. 30 years she stood her ground and held whatever was left together. In 2024, she's been on the stool for 60 years. The great Nana Ansah Kwao II. She has seen every president from Kwame Nkrumah till date. From Kwame Nkrumah, to date, she's met every president. And so there's been lots of activities, but the climax of the activity is this Saturday at Akwamufie, the Palace Derby grounds. It's going to be one beautiful Derby with traditions, with culture. I'm saying that Akwamu is a repository of all Akan traditions and cultures that you know of. So come and see where it's originated from. And Akwamu is not too far, just drive to the Adome Bridge. Cross the bridge and turn left. It's only 5 kilometers down the road. Get to Atimpoku. Right onto the bridge. Left after the bridge, 5 kilometers to Akwamufie. Home of Asimeni, who has the keys, the original keys to the Christian Book Castle. Well, happy birthday to you, my brother Eric Aponoti. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, and next Monday, God willing, we'll be back to do this all over again. Abeku was on the ones and twos, and Abeku will be on the mountain twos. I've got a new babysitter, Maribel. So when you hear me saying Maribel, that's my new babysitter. The news is up next. Don't touch that down.